how to tackle communication in interdisciplinary teams. This is a question that I got from a client very recently who works in a very, very interdisciplinary team. They are engineers, data scientists, sociologists, really like super, super interdisciplinary economists, and they sort of are working more or less on the same project on different aspects of it, but it's the same project, and they really struggle communicating. So they asked me, this client of mine asked me, like, how do I handle that? Because I need those people and they need me, but we really don't understand each other. So the meetings are, if in 1 hour meeting, they spend around 30 minutes just trying to see if they're on the same page or not. And I thought this was a great topic for a video, because this is super, super common. Specifically now that that industries in general are very interdisciplinary. So as STEM professionals, we are faced with many different experts who, some of them are also STEM professionals but are not working in our specific field, and some of them have nothing to do with STEM. They are economists or biologists, like something super, super different. If you are, for example, a developer, could you imagine that conversation between a developer and a biologist? Like, they have to, even though they share the sort of the same STEM denominator, it's really, really difficult to get on the same page and be understood in a meeting, and also make sure that the other person gets what you want from them and vice versa. So how do people usually try to solve this problem? From my experience, people just don't solve this problem. They ignore it completely. Like, we try to understand each other, but we don't, and then you are like guessing what the person might need and so on, which makes you lose a lot of time. So what is the actual solution when you are preparing, for example, for a meeting where you know you're going to talk to people who are completely outside your field? So the first thing that you have to do is to really ask yourself, what is the information that these people need to know? Because we are all very proud of our work. We all love what we do. At least this is the way it should be. And we are very biased, because at some point when you are really deep into some topic, you think and you start thinking that that's common knowledge, like everyone knows what you know. And this could not be further from the truth, because honestly, probably no one knows what you know, except from maybe that colleague that works on the exact same thing you are doing. So it's really useful to take this step back and think about those other people. Like, if you're a developer doing something, some coding or something, and you're talking to a biologist, take a step back and say, like, what does this person need from me? What is the most useful piece of information I can give to this person that can make sure we understand each other? And just by asking yourself this super, super simple question, you're already not only one step further, you are like many, many steps further, because you really take into consideration the needs of the listener, the person who is going to be in your audience, the person who is going to listen to your talk, presentation, or your project presentation in that meeting. So think about your audience. That would be the first message. Think about what is it that they need, more than what is it that I want to tell them. Because if you say this, like, what is it that I want to tell them, you sort of focus on yourself, and it's very easy to fall again in the same trap of trying to like show off a little bit of how much work you did, and really not serving them. Whereas when we think about them, we are in that position of serving them and making sure that they are on the same page with you. And that's sort of the magic of interdisciplinary teams. Because I feel that many people say, oh, but our team is very interdisciplinary, and that's great, but does your team actually understand each other? Like, do these people understand what are the expectations for each team member? How do they communicate between themselves? Like, how is this communication? Is it effective, or do they need 1 hour in order to understand what the other person is talking about? So my suggestion would be to always think about the audience. Your maximum contribution in every meeting, but especially when you are working with people from different backgrounds, is making sure that they understand you. Because it doesn't matter how much brilliant work you did if they don't get it. And how are they going to get it? If you just ask yourself what is it that they need. Just this super simple exercise is going to get really, really a long way, and it's going to really help them understand what you do. So this would be one basic suggestion, but of course, one thing is knowing what should be done, and the other thing is doing it in a way that doesn't cause you stress and headaches and makes you second guess every sentence that you're putting in your report or on your slides. This is why I want to invite you to my coaching program where I teach STEM professionals how to improve their communication skills. Specifically, we are working on this part of how do I make sense of all of this information, not only to myself, but also to others, whether they are stakeholders or whether they are peers, colleagues, tech leads, people who are like above in the hierarchy of your industry. So it's really important to make sure that those people understand you, and then those people see how your work matters and actually the relevance of your work, because that's what gets you promoted, that's what gets you the money, and that's what gets you the recognition. So if you're interested in this kind of coaching, I will leave a link down below in which you can schedule a completely free discovery call where you can discuss with me some of the struggles and challenges that you're facing communication-wise in your STEM career currently. So I hope you found this video useful, that you will implement this strategy that I just explained, and see you next time in another video. Bye bye.